What if the greatest obstacles in your life aren't outside of you but buried deep within your mind? Philosophers for centuries have tried to illuminate the hidden traps that keep us stuck. Mental patterns, illusions, and assumptions that silently sabotage our progress. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 hidden philosophical traps that might be shaping your decisions, relationships, and worldview without you even knowing it. Stick around till the end, because the last one is a trap even the wisest among us fall into. Let's dive in. 1. The illusion of absolute certainty. The first trap is one that seduces the mind with comfort, the belief that we can or should be absolutely certain. Think of Descartes, who famously doubted everything until he landed on "I think, therefore I am." He was trying to escape uncertainty, but what he revealed was how shaky our beliefs really are. When we cling to absolute certainty about our worldview, our political beliefs, or even our self-identity, we close the door to growth. The Stoics believed wisdom begins with the admission that we don't know everything. So if you're feeling rigid or trapped in your thinking, ask, what am I unwilling to question? Because certainty feels safe, but it can be a prison. 2. Mistaking the mask for the self. In our social lives, we play roles. The responsible one, the rebel, the intellectual, the caregiver. But here's the trap. Over time, we start believing we are the role. Søren Kierkegaard called this despair. When the self is lost in the false identities it constructs, we become what others expect and forget the messy, complex, real person underneath. The antidote: become suspicious of your own labels. Instead of saying, I am this I'm currently playing this role. Your identity is not a static sculpture, it's a river, always in motion. 3. Chasing meaning as a destination. Many of us chase meaning like it's a finish line. If I get that job, that relationship, that status, then life will make sense. But Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, had a different insight. Meaning isn't something we find, it's something we create. He noticed that people survived not because life made sense, but because they gave life meaning through their actions and attitude. So if you're waiting for meaning to arrive, you might be waiting forever. Instead, ask, what am I giving meaning to today? 4. The ego's need to win. Here's a trap that ruins relationships, drains energy, and fuels conflict. The need to be right. Nietzsche warned that the ego loves superiority more than truth. We argue not to understand, but to dominate. But wisdom isn't about winning. Debates, it's about dissolving the need to win. Try listening with the goal of being changed, not of changing others. Let curiosity replace competition. In doing so, you don't lose power, you transcend the ego's obsession with it. 5. Over-identification with thoughts. This one's subtle but powerful. We often believe that because we have a thought, it must be true. I'm not good enough. This person hates me. I'll never change. But ancient Buddhist philosophy and modern psychology both agree. Thoughts are not facts. They are like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. They're not you. As the philosopher Alan Watts said, you are under no obligation to believe your thoughts. Freedom begins when you stop identifying with every mental narrative and start observing them instead. 6. The externalization of responsibility. It's easy to blame the world, our parents, society, politics, fate, and while circumstances matter, the existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre argued that we're always free to choose how we respond. The trap is in thinking we are purely the products of our environment. But what if every moment is an invitation to choose, to respond, not react? Personal responsibility isn't about guilt, it's about power. The power to say, I am not defined by what happens to me. I am defined by how I shape what happens next. 7. Confusing comfort with happiness. This final trap is perhaps the most dangerous because it feels so normal. We seek comfort, convenience, avoidance of pain. But comfort and happiness are not the same. In fact, too much comfort can leave us numb, directionless, and disconnected. The Greek philosopher Epicurus believed pleasure was the goal of life but not hedonism. He taught that the deepest pleasures come from simplicity, friendship, and the absence of unnecessary desires. In contrast, modern life offers shallow comfort while starving us of depth. Ask yourself, am I truly happier, just distracted? So there you have it, 7 philosophical traps that quietly shape how we live, think, and love. But here's the good news. Once you see the trap, you can stop walking into it. These insights aren't meant to depress youth, meant to awaken you. Because philosophy isn't just about thinking more, it's about living better. If you enjoyed this journey through the inner landscape, leave a comment sharing which trap resonated most with you and consider subscribing for more mind-expanding content. Until next time, question deeply and live wisely.